Okay, so this is going to be the winners finals from Road to BOFA for specifically for Jagz in his set against Jfyst. I've already gone through and written down a few of the things that I wanted to talk about here, so hopefully I will not ramble for an hour, but I will get a lot of information out efficiently. Let's get to the first. Where is it? So we go to Smashville Game 1, and there's something in the first few seconds that I want to point out here. So let it play out. One, the music is sick. That's important. But so Jfyst is going to wait out your aerial approaches, and there we go. There's this moment right here. See, okay, so he decides I'm not going to short hop at this dude, short hopping aerials with a sword, because that's just going to be a bad time. I'll full hop over him. And Jagz, you shield here. Now, I'm going to back it up because you were in a dash dance, so you weren't just standing in neutral. But when you shield there, let me back this up a little bit. When you shield there, you give him power. Like when he full hops at you and you shield right here, that is especially against Sonic. That is giving him the opportunity to hit you. Because Sonic is one of those characters where his shield pressure, for the most part, even if he hits your shield, it's like okay, he can kind of just like get out, hit and run. He's okay with that. He doesn't have to hit you as long as he just gets in the first place. So he's gonna come back around with side B, and you are just a little early on that retreating fair because the side B messed up your timing. Actually, wait, he came out with down B. Okay, that's what it was. He down B'd, and your fair had the timing for side B. So that's how he gets that opening. What I would suggest to do instead, so let's say you're at this point, let's say the frame you hit shield, so the frame before, you recognized, oh, he's, full jumps. Assuming you don't have pivot up tilts down, because very few people in the community do at this moment, you have a short hop up air, which if it hits him, you can get up tilt, and if he jumps over it, you have just burned his jump, which is arguably better. Like it's just as good. You can just kind of keep going, but that's not good because you're gonna both end up at about the same spot, and then he's gonna hit B. He's gonna hit side B or down B. You could just go the other way. So you're dash dancing over here and poking with down tilt. We've gone, oh, well he's over here. So instead of shielding on this frame, just run the other way. At that point, if he wants to change the momentum, he'll need to side B or down B very early in his jump. You'll have a lot of space because instead of having it right here, where you only have this little space between you, you would have let me zoom out a little bit. You would have, let's say he's over here and you're over here. You can react to a B move in that distance. That is especially with a sword. So try to pick your options a little better with regards to preventing his movement. Because here you decide to kind of just take it, and it's kind of hard because you had to guess that it was going to be side B and it was down B, and that's how he got his opening. Then also on this, another one of the first things Jfyst does, he proves he has a shield drop game. Short hop up air his shield. He's going to shield drop fair you. Yeah, because you were going for up tilt also, so you're going to get hit out of that. Then I think he misses the grab, but he can grab you there. Okay, so I'm gonna say this probably at least one more time in this video, and I'll let it play longer this time, I promise. But your down airs are weird, but they work, and it bugs me. Your downers are what I want in my life. You land like three separate exchanges that are all tippers, and it just keeps working. Like I'm not sure. Okay, so solid up airs. I don't really like the up smash here. I don't think it kills. If it kills, maybe the risk reward's a little better, but it's just like it's a smaller hitbox than it needs to be. Like up tilt I guess still would have lost, but you can move, you can get away from spring. That's something you'll see a lot of Sonic players do. They'll spring, then go the other direction because the spring's caught between you two. Okay, nice fair swat him away there. You say you can't just like walk over and forward air me. You're gonna have to do something else. And then forward tilt into forward smash. Nothing Jfyst can do about that aside from the Falcon special, up B and hold in. He gets the grab. So double nair. So he sent you pretty far off stage. And then this spring is going to come back a few times in the set. And I want to get the frame. Okay, so let's just do the, not here. Let's say here. This is a very odd thing for Marth to really contest. If you don't have a jump, you're just kind of dead. Unless you can get on the good side of the spring and it hits you towards stage. At this specific spacing, before the spring like has really started to get speed, you can double jump fair this. Maybe double jump up air, but I'm not sure if from here you probably can double jump up air, but it's not. If you're lower, it'd be kind of a question mark. So here you would need to fair really late. By the time you're done with this side B, you would need to like jump, wait, fair, then go to ledge. Platform messes up his downer to ledge here. So it's possible in this instance, but usually it wouldn't be. You end up, because you're so low, you have to jump at that point. You jump right into the spring, and you just can't make it back. So that's just going to be a little part of the matchup. Like it's once you're in that position, it's really hard to do much of anything. Now this is okay. Once we get through this first game, we'll have most of the like multi-game stuff covered, and I'll only just like mention it. I won't do my full spiel again. So this is like the third, not the third. This is gonna happen a lot. You miss him by literally one frame. If you were more to the right, you would have more vertical range, and if you were more to the left, then you would probably like be aware you'd have to be a little later. So you barely miss him. He gets back to ledge, which is a shame because that was a super good exchange you had going there. Invincible side B from ledge. You don't quite nick his jump. And here, I think this is one of the last things that I keep mentioning. So let's just take neutral right. Let's take the moment right here. You've missed your attack. You've recognized you're not going to be able to catch him. He's recognized the same thing. So you're basically at neutral by the time he lands. You run off the platform, then do a forward air. Like you time it well, but Jfyst is very good at dash dancing that aerial and grabbing you. He actually hits grab before you even land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is going to happen a lot during the set. Let me mute this real quick. I would advise you work on how to get down from platforms. I have a notepad right that I'll also link you, but it's in there too. Work on how to get down from platforms and just kind of how to, even if you don't attack him while you do it, how to get down onto the even playing field where you can dash dance effectively, where you don't have to worry about aerial landing lag from just moving around. Because Marth in the air, it's not like Luigi where you can't move, but you're not very good. You have wavelands, but that aside from wavelands, your drift is pretty slow. Your sword is good, but it's not a place you want to be most of the time. You can just throw a combo, only gets that one hit. That back air catches your wave dash out of shield. I think you DI this poorly. I'm not sure exactly how Sonic's back air sends with a good DI, but that looked like Sheik fair, so I think you might have been able to DI that a little better. With momentum towards him, that was not enough charge. Oops. Since you were jumping directly at him, you're going to need to break a shield with this or else he'll shield grab you. You could have charged a little more because he still can't shield grab you. So like, look at this. You jump. He decides, oh, he's jumping at me. He can't grab me. Let's shield. You make contact here. You could have gone an extra like 4 or 5 frames at least. I don't know if that would have broken his shield necessarily, but small optimizations to try to break his shield if you're going to go for that. Gets the shield grab, and I don't think he gets a ton from this. Yeah, just a little bit. He does the same thing. Dash dance grabs your aerial. Okay, you get that reverse up tilt. You get nice up airs. And this is something that I want to point out. Sonic is going to be able to do this to you if he hasn't hit up B. When he hits up B, he loses his B moves until you hit him again. So him being able to kind of just go that way, like give himself acceleration, that's only before the spring. solid forward smash there off of the tech in place. Neutral air. You have the platform to help you out here, so he doesn't really mess with you too much. And this is a really good that was a really good punish on. Watch Jfyst here. He doesn't jump when he runs off, and then you get the down air, gets back to stage, but then you start getting um, a little punish going. And this is a really good forward air too. You do this falling forward air that you hit him out of his fair, and he doesn't have a jump anymore. He uses spring, gets down. You get on the good side of it, but you're just a little slow. Also, I'm assuming that was a grab input or something. Jab going to be crouch cancel all day. I like the punish with just the forward air. Like you recognize that you're not going to be able to get onto the platform, but he's probably going to tech in place. You just kind of wait. Swing a little early there with that forward air, but it's all most of this is hindsight. It's just it's a lot harder to it's a lot harder to do anything about in real time. You save your jump there because you're kind of waiting for the spring and it doesn't come. So holds ledge, and that's going to be game one. Game two, you go to Green Hill. Um, okay, so games one and two, I'm not going to call them like a wash and that nothing good happens, but it's a lot of it is showcasing Jfyst like taking advantage of the things you're doing, and then the matchup as well. Games three, four, and five are much closer. That was okay. So that's a sick. That is a sick. You didn't really get much off of it, but it was so close to being sick. That meteor cancel was like perfectly timed. You hit him right after his jump. The up air barely misses, but like you get the option. So here you get hit by the spring. It's that same kind of situation where it's right here. The last time he jumped at you off stage like this, you hit him away with fair. So that's why you fared and that's why he did spring. Now you're in too much lag by the time you recover. You can't really jump and hit that. Forward air might work, but it'd be pretty tight because you're going up, spring's going down, forward air, you still have your hand. So even if it trades, it's a projectile. It doesn't matter if it trades. Yeah, you get hit, dead. Let's see what happens. Because there are two games here. I'm trying to remember what's what. You grab him on a spin dash. That was a good tomahawk. A little too early on that fast fall. Downer doesn't come up behind you, but you had the right read. Or you had the right option coverage, possibly. Again, up smash. I don't think that would kill on Green Hill. If you know it will, then it's a risk reward thing, but I'm not certain either way. This is a position that is really good for Sonic. If he can get you, so here, see he springs, and then he's got you on the right, you up smashed, which puts you in the lag. And then he's got you on the right. He's on the other side of the spring. He can just come down with down air, not for free per se, but you can't really get to him in time. That's a position that Sonic is going to look for a lot because it's a very consistent way of coming down. Okay, you got the throw, walk forward, forward smash. That was super good. Good job recognizing that he DI'd it the wrong way, and you did not dash. You just walked, which gave you the space you needed to get the kill. Okay, go on a ledge. Oh yeah, this is a six string, I think. You get that down tilt. That down tilt is a trooper, dude. I'm gonna go back and look at that down tilt. Yeah, it missed, but it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It's actually better that he jumped over it for you. Wow, that is like the last possible frame. Because if this hits, he kind of just gets pushed to ledge. Because it doesn't hit, he gets in the air without a jump against a Marth. So this is a much better position for you than him being at ledge. You still have jump here. You wait super long and then intercept that. That's a shame that it tippered. If that didn't tipper, he's probably dead if you hold ledge, but can't really change that. Like that was a weird situation in the first place. He's gonna hold ledge over 100% roll, gonna take forever. So he's a high percent. Right here, that neutral B was really good. It covered side B, down B, and neutral B, and his neutral B. Okay, so this is the start of a tragedy. That same thing about like down tilt missing earlier. It's unfortunate because that down tilt that missed after the forward air gave him that most of that combo started, and that's gonna be stock. You get it. You break it halfway through, but you don't really push him super hard for it. Again, that forward is not going to work on you. You are good at meteor canceling that. I'm gonna point something out here real quick also. So when Sonic springs, it's really important you see which direction he's facing, like if he B reverses it or not. Because here, I'm just gonna back up again. So look, he springs to avoid the. Wow, that barely avoided back, or you barely missed that back air. That's sick. So he springs, and the easiest way to tell is what side has the color, because he faces one side, looks up, and the other side has all of his hair or quills or whatever they are. So in this case, he's facing right. He can't hit B again. None of his B moves will do anything. He can't air dodge. His aerial drift is kind of is average, but it's not puff. His only other mobility option is down air. So then when he comes down with down air, I think you were expecting him the. Oops, I want to mute this again. I think you were expecting him to dive kick to the right, to the left, which would have put him at close enough tipper spacing for that. Instead, he goes to the right, shields a point blank forward smash, and gets that punish. Drop shield and gets the punish. Doesn't even wave dash. That's how much time you have. Okay, he misses that, which is I'm not gonna say lucky for you, but that could have been really really bad for you. That his wall jump mixes up your timing there. Nice tech into aerial, and then this is the downer. Downer. That's just up throw downer just works. Okay, so this is something that I want to talk about. If it works for you, that's great. Disregard what I'm saying. If you know this works for you, but I don't think that LRAY starting is ever really a good idea unless, well, even just a really good idea in general, because you have to have lost to have done this. And the character select screen and the stage select screen are resources. Even if your tournament enforces like a 30 or 60-second timer on those screens, that gives you 60 to a minute or two to kind of like go, okay, one, do you want to play this character again? You get him thinking about things that aren't the immediate game he just won. Even if they just say auto yes and only play one character, it's you get them to kind of like you break their mental rhythm. Two, you break your own mental rhythm, which in this usually after you've lost a game, you want to do a little bit. You kind of want to just step back for a second. And in my experience, again, if this works for you, and at least results wise, it seems to have worked for you. But if you think it's healthy for you and it's working for you, go for it. But I see a lot of PM players; they'll just go immediately back. It's like even if you know you're going back, just take a minute. Take a minute to think. Take a minute to consider other options. Take a minute to reflect on what just happened. Anyway, enough preaching. So we go back, and this is I'm almost sad you get this sick combo here. You get nicked by that. Then you get him off stage without a jump and he's just dead. So I'm gonna go from his perspective what happened there. He nicked you with that 1%, but they didn't carry you off. See the slide, he just kind of you had started jumping, so you were above him. So this he wants to evacuate this situation ASAP. So he jumps. But then this is such a good position for you. He can't afford to hit A, because if he goes off stage and hits A, like if he hits a button, he's gonna go off. He might go off stage, and in that case, he has to up B, which is worse than this. And if he hits B, I actually don't know. Maybe he should have hit side B. Either way, you get those two reverse up tilts into forward air, into down air. That's exactly what you needed, and no more. It was like the perfect follow up right there. It's a low percent. He didn't really have anywhere to go with the eye anyway. So here he was trying to catch your probably catch a missed tech. Okay, so this is sick. You get the stock here, and I'll play it out. The back air, forward air trade, and then Ken combo. I do want to point out what I think you could have done better. Okay, so hits you out of that roll. He tries to kind of cheese you with this. I say kind of cheese because it's effective and it's cheesy, but it works very consistently, so it's not a gimmick. It's just annoying. So he tries to get you with this. You up B through him, right? So now you're on ledge. He doesn't have a jump. He's up being. You just get that invincible dare from ledge, and then he's going back down. At this point, maybe Jfyst was late and could have made it back on stage. I'm not sure. If that's the case, then the forward smash I definitely can understand. But here, you give him that forward smash, and then he gets height, which is kind of the problem. Like at low percent, that's the way you edge guard people at low percent, is you get them low to where you can just kind of go to ledge. So another down air, if you wanted to stay on stage, another down air would have been low risk, high reward, but probably not. It'd be kind of hard to time. Forward smash is medium, low risk, medium reward, easier to time. Grabbing ledge would have been optimal, but if you're like, if it's hard to make that assessment, oh, he can't make it on stage, especially against Sonic, really, really fast during a game. So here, at this point, I think back air and forward air were probably the best things you could have gone for. I really, really like how you only got the one fair. You didn't give him a chance to like properly DI the combo move because he got hit out of something with it, like out of neutral situation. So you're two stocks up here. You interrupt him. Oh, if that dare had hit Tibbert, I would have been really happy. You kind of just get pushed off. It's gonna happen sometimes. We're humans. We're humans playing a very physics-based fighting game against another human. You're gonna get lots of variables in this, and it's gonna be a lot of weird edge cases. No pun intended. That was probably like if you tried to drop shield and down tilt, I would call that like a questionable decision, but that was probably just a spot dodge or something. Like you were at 90 anyway, nothing worth like wasting time thinking about mid game. You're waiting out of spot dodges really well. Jfyst is going to spot dodges as a way to kind of like get out of your weird dare things, and you're just delaying your dares, and it's working very well. Here, that forward tilt was perfect. That's exactly what you needed, and nothing else. That's the kind of like precision that you can really you can get a long way with Marth doing that. You don't give them a chance to do anything else if the move already killed them. Here, you have your jump still, so that's good. We traded nair, weak nair, but it's enough at 100, so you die. You still have the stock lead. And at this part, this is always a hard situation to be in because he's thinking, "Oh, hey, I have two games and I'm down, so might as well just kind of go for it." I I can understand the like wanting to go for that neutral beach to kind of seal the game, but then it's he punishes you with a back air. I don't even know if he had a jump actually. Let's back up a little bit. So up tilt. Yeah, he actually had a jump, so that was he was holding his jump. He wasn't out of options. So his punish is back air, then hold ledge again. I think you kind of spooked him off of like jumping at you to edge guard because he hasn't done that near as much as he did game one. Or rather, okay, game one he tried it and you hit him, and now he's just using spring and ledge as opposed to like contesting you with moves. So he punishes. He misses the grab, but you don't shield or roll or anything, and like you're probably trying to grab yourself. I'm not sure. So side B, that's gonna push you off, and then weak nair, and then spring. That's just kind of a coverage thing. You're gonna get put in that same like picture of like how do I get around this move? Because you side B like the framey spring, so you don't do that on reaction. At this point, rising fair maybe, but you still can only get to ledge, so there's only so much you can do. Maybe next time try not like don't side B and just try to like because he's gonna spring there, so maybe next time try like waiting for the spring and contesting it rather than just worrying about not falling. I want to point something out. Jfyst does this a lot in this set. Right about here, he will side B on stage, where he has the option of either drifting to ledge, falling and side being to ledge, or side being on stage. He'll side B on stage a lot. And whether it's oh god, that's a bad freeze frame. Whether it's execution or a timing mix-up on his end, you are missing this fair a lot, and he's kind of just getting back for free. Even if you shield this, like you're shielding his side B. He has jump cancel grab. He has just keep going through you and take stage. A lot of options. This point though, get back to stage. Doesn't L cancel. The up air dies. Okay, we're going back to Smashville. Last two games are on Smashville. I don't. I think this is a fine stage, honestly. It's should be fine. He misses the downer. You clip him with the top part of fair, which is really important because when he's trying to do this cheeky like approach you from really high up, you're able to clip him with that fair. So that kind of like keeps him from doing that. A lot of characters don't have that move that hits above and in front of them. So at least so with such disjoint to contest that consistently. So it's good that you're stopping him from doing that because that's a pain in the butt to deal with. Okay, it's gonna get to ledge. Nice up tilt. Just barely. We go to the frame. You just barely missed the jump with that too. There are so many things in here that are literally like one frame or one pixel off. It's really sad to like just look at this picture and then this one where he gets out. Like if this hit, I would be confused, but I would understand. This just makes me sad. Gets the sour spot, which is probably good for you. You kind of flub a little bit. You get some jabs. This is. I think he knows he can't really contest this recovery. Here, when he's standing here, I think he's hoping to go low so he can like just drop down spring, but he can't really. From that position, he can't do much once you jump. Okay, he's gonna get. He almost gets you with that dash dance grab on your aerial. That's just kind of sucks. Like that's just. I don't know. He has to commit early, but that does seem to be kind of a mix up between that and spring. Because spring is gonna hit at a different spot and timing than that side B. And once you get hit by that, you can't even tech. Commentators were calling this nair. It made me really sad. I don't know whether they meant the side B or the follow up, or the down B or the follow up, but it made me sad regardless. So yeah, you're just super dead after that. Let's see. Yeah, don't go to the platform. Just kind of you can wait it out. That was close. It's worth a shot if he's going off stage anyway. Okay, he goes to platform. See, okay, that's what you did in game one that I think has him kind of like not wanting to run at you in edge guard that way. You're ferrying him out of these approaches when he's going to edge guard you. When it's not a combo. It's mainly just like, hey, let's follow because you've been out of hit stun for a while. Because when you start tumbling, you're out of hit stun. So you're out of hit stun probably at least here. So you got a good like 5 to 8 frames where you kind of go, oh hey, he ran at me, fair. It's a really good tool for preventing stuff like that from happening. Okay. It's a shame that that was Tipper. Barely doesn't kill. And then up air barely doesn't kill, and then he kind of just he does the sandwich thing, like he drifts. Once it hits the ground, it bounces. It doesn't hit you, but if you're not if you're if you're walking around to try to kill with up tilt here, then you're not going to be able to walk there in time. And for Marth, that's kind of hard. Like you'd need to do a down like a down or like a running up B or something. It's definitely possible, but it just requires a little more um, a little more specific of an answer. Okay, he's getting some extra credit. At this point, you're trying to get the stock. You're not like fishing for forward smashes though, which is good. See there, if that was forward smash, if that forward tilt was forward smash, you would have been punished. It missed, but that's fine. You got this shield though. You only get like four shield up 3 or 4 frames before that makes contact. Then out of that side B, is wave dash F smash. It's a really really good application of risk reward. I think that was a DI mix up. I know you DI'd that away, but I'm assuming you were DIing for up air. Okay, nice kind of. I really like this little like micro spacing thing you do here. It's very effective at making Jfyst kind of go like, please, please get away from me. I'm gonna hold this shield. So I don't know if you expect him to tumble cancel here, but he does. So you run at him a little bit. You wave dash in place. You run at him a little bit, and then you grab again. That sounds really stupid, but like this is very intimidating when you don't really have a great out of shield option for this spacing. Oh yeah, I think that was just a tech chase thing. Either way, he locked onto you, so he still gets to move. Good. That's a very odd up smash here. I don't really get it. Like if let me know what you're like aiming for if you're doing those like consistently on purpose. He just uses the same side B timing that gets past your early fair. So he's mixing you up with that. Try to kind of get the timing down for that a little better for the fairing, the timing that Jfyst uses when he side B is back on stage. That was a sick ledge dash. That ledge dash makes me happy. Just up tilt, forward air, down air. It's so simple. Okay. Then he's gonna crouch cancel that. You're 11, but and again that forward air. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean this hard. Your forward air coming down stops his up air, and that's the second or third time it stopped like that same angle of up air, like right here. That was nair this time, but like you're really good at like getting this spacing where your forward air is you're gonna hit him with a sword and he's gonna just not hit you. Especially there where you still have your jump and you can still like make it on stage. So he does not have his jump here. And I don't know if he didn't know that, but he definitely took advantage of it. If you'll see here. Let me Yeah, right there. Yeah, that ring right there. No jump. And at this point, that's a really good follow-up. Just kind of fair and stay on stage. Because it's hard for Sonic the sweet spot, and then can combo. So you took this lead back with a really, really strong punish game. I'm not going to say your neutral game is weak for that stock, but the reason you got those stocks so early and have a small lead now is because of your punish game here. Good DI on there. That's the one thing that really improved from game to game, I think, is your punish game. So there, you you just need to tech every time. You play Marth, just tech that every time. Like if you miss it, that's fine, but and if you did like just miss the button execution thing, that's fine too. But just be aware of that. Okay, so he got that grab by grabbing after you run off a platform and landed with an aerial. I'm sorry, this keeps happening. So be careful about that. And here, he DI'd super in for like 3 more hits than he should have. Where's the start? This starts up throw. This is a beautiful back air, by the way. That back air, you clip his jump and hit him with the reverse hit. And here, I think he might have just been afraid of being off stage without a jump. But either way, he DIs in for much too long and dies for it. You guys go back to Smashville for game 5. Okay, I forget exactly how this starts. For some reason, I don't remember game. I remember game 5 the least. It's because it's the third Smashville game. Okay. Oh God, I need to stop. So this is an example of what I was talking about earlier. When you're in these situations with Jfyst, you almost always win them, which is really odd to me. Like when you're point blank with the Sonic, the Marth player wins them. Because you do this, you do a really good job of just kind of putting him in this awkward position where he can't really like hit you here. At least he can't react to this because human reaction time, but like he doesn't really preemptively attack in this area. So it's really like here, you wait out the spot dodge. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I don't think this is lag because he's just in neutral. He's like in this neutral. Maybe it's only against Jfyst, but if it's working, so then there you get the punish and then the can combo. So really, really strong punish. Here. Now I don't know if Marth down throw sends in tumble at 0. If it does, then I think you should down throw here instead of up throw because the platform is moving in that direction. You would probably get more guaranteed stuff doing that. I don't think up throw's a bad idea though, especially if you're unsure of whether it will send a tumble. Oops. Not saying you're unsure. I'm saying I am unsure. So if I was in that position and I didn't know, up throw's a safe bet because you force him to burn the jump. In this case, use forward smash. So by the time you both get back, you're fine. And he does the exact same thing with the platform. My best guess is they're kind of autopiloting, getting down. And it's hard to fix that like in the game itself. You usually need to like look at it afterwards and then notice patterns. That forward air barely kills. This almost kills. That was probably if you're not gonna go for the down air, like the runoff down air here, then forward smash is your best bet. Maybe down tilt, but I don't know. Forward smash they go further, but they go higher. This game's weird. Okay. See another example of you should just be teching that, or at least trying to tech that. I don't know if you're hitting the trigger or not. Just like a reminder if you're not, I guess. Okay. I like that you would just evacuate the platform. You're not going to mess with Sonic on that platform when you're both high percent. It's just not worth it. And over 100% roll lasts literally forever. I don't know the numbers, but it feels like at least 60 frames. Okay, the downer, even with that flub hitbox, that was kind of not bad for you, but it didn't work out very well. He went too far away. That down air, that wasn't lucky. This, I want to point this out. This is super sick. So the reason that okay, one, I like the shield breaker more than the one earlier because you're under the platform. Like this also has a weird amount of hit lag or shield lag, and he's moving away from you, so he's probably not going to shield drop. He might have been trying to shield drop and rolled here. Either way, once he did roll, you saw, oh hey, I just hit him with a shield break. This was a punish. Oh. Well, hey, I just hit him with a shield breaker. He needs to angle his shield super hard for this up tilt to not shield poke his feet, and he's dead. He just explodes off the top. That finishes that stock at like 130, which is really, really nice that he's not living for an extra 60. Okay, you get that grab. You do not quite manage to get him before he jumps, which is a shame. But, and again, with falling off the platform with an aerial, in your defense though, you didn't run off the platform this time, you just fell. But Jfyst is doing a really good job of sniffing that out. He's dash dancing that aerial so consistently. Okay, he got weak nair. Okay, you got breathing room on the platform, but not really on the ground. He does the same thing. This was a really, really clever follow-up. He got super sour fair, and then just kind of, it's a string. It's definitely not a combo, but it just gets him like, it just kind of puts you in a position you can't move out of. Okay, he's gonna bait out the aerial landing lag. And then up tilt down air. Doesn't quite kill him, but it puts the fear in him, dude. Like people play scared after they survive a down air. It's almost more than if they had died to it. There, I think when you had that nair, he was waiting for like a forward air. So he was waiting to oh wait. Oh well, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I think he was waiting for the forward air, so he didn't expect the second hit. Okay? This is the sickest recovery you have all set, by the way. Actually, like crazy. You get under it. You ride the stage under it. That down tilt hits him somehow. That's kind of a crime. Okay, and then this is should be dead. Oh wait, you made it back. Up tilt or up throw, up air barely kills. So that's game 5. I know the here, can I just go back to the what are they? I know that obviously like you didn't get in the last stock, and obviously it's always like better when you get someone in the last stock, but you did a good job of like mentally bringing it back after game 2. Games 3, 4, and 5 were much closer than games 1 and 2 because like you were more not just because you won, but like they felt more like an exchange. But that might have been your punish game being better in games 3, 4, and 5 as well. But it felt like it felt like you were kind of more into it. Like you were mentally all the way there after game 2, with the exception of running off the platform and doing the aerial. Like if he's dash dance grabbing your aerials neutral, okay, that's fine. That's just him kind of calling out your timing or drift or whatever. But you got like 5 or 6 just run off platform aerials grab. So work on how to get down from the platforms, like more, I guess, tricky. You could, I don't think I saw you wave land off of a platform. You could run shield stop drop, especially on the Smashville platform, because that's going to mess with people's timings if it moves, because they'll have to adjust their timings. So you have like running shield stop drop, running drop. You have drop drift right, drop, drift towards. He can't dash dance grab if he has to shield the aerial. You have waveland instead of aerials. You have side B if you're really convinced he's going to dash dance grab you. Side B to kind of pop you up in the air a little bit longer. Come then either come down with dare or something. You have options. It's just hard to know and utilize all of them. You did a really good job stepping up your punish game in games 3, 4, and 5. Like you started just like killing it with down air. Let's see. You had the your ability to like keep him from edge guarding you himself, like with attacks, is really good. I think he only got one edge guard on you that was like the A button, and the other edge guards with the spring. I would say try Rising Fair. I know Uppy loses to it, but maybe try Rising Fair if that. And the reason why you were getting killed so hard was because you were stalling with side B and he was jumping out there, and then you didn't have the time. You couldn't do it early. You couldn't jump fair early because you were in the middle of side B. So maybe do that a little less. I know you do lose distance by not side being, but you retain options. Plus, if you side beat and he springs, it seems like you're dead anyway. There's not a ton you can really do. What else was it? There was one more thing. Where's my TLDR at the bottom? Oh yeah, you did a really good job using dare. Like it's actually it boggles my mind how you use dare so effectively in close quarters. Like I just don't get it. Like I don't know why it's hitting Jfyst, but you have your conversions off of them are very good, and your success rate is very good. And just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just let me know why that's working because I really want my Marth to be able to just dare people like that. I'm super jealous of your Marth. Anyway, I think that just it felt the only another good thing is that it didn't feel like you were autopiloting. Especially in the later games. Like in later games, it felt like you were actively like trying to mix it up. Two exceptions: the platform thing we've already talked about a ton, and then your timing of fair when Jfyst would be like right here, and you would fair, but he would side B. He used about the same timing of side B, and I know he can do different things like go to ledge or drift to ledge or side B to ledge or do it a little earlier. But if he's gonna do the same option consistently, hit him until he changes, just to like make him change. Because as it is, he didn't. I would assume that Jfyst didn't really have to worry about like what. Hey, when should I side B here? Like, I'll just side B. Whether that's an execution thing or like an awareness thing, to kind of try to clean that up. If he's high percent or you don't mind like just putting him in a different position, you could try to just stay grounded and up tilt. He can definitely go to ledge with side B if you do that, but he only went to ledge a handful of times with side B. So you have domain over stage in that instance. You could try for your side B actually. It's if you stay grounded, that would probably beat it. It would force him in the air. You have the option of up tilt. Of if you're a crazy maniac, just more steps of the dancing blade. Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically it. Uh, if you have any questions, you're already in contact with me, so just let me know. And thank you again for helping me get fair and balanced in NorCal.